Hello everyone, I'm Charlie, and this is the second part of what's kind of been a gradual ongoing series that I'm going to try and do of various Adobe program tutorials. Last time I did After Effects and very basic run-throughs of the controls and the commands and things like that. But this time I'm going to be going through Adobe Lightroom. Now, if you have Creative Cloud, which any of the students at a lot of colleges, the film programs give you the login for Adobe, so you can use this. So if you're using Adobe Lightroom, a lot of people don't realize that you can actually color grade your video in Lightroom. So most people just use it for photos, and a lot of the options for what you can do are restricted because it is a video, and you can kind of do the same things in After Effects. It takes a lot longer and you have to kind of do it manually, but the kind of core elements of it are still here, what you want to do. One of the biggest things that I want to kind of call out first is that when you're editing, let's say 30 or 40 shots of the same scene, you're doing it in Lightroom, it can get really boring, and because you're doing all of the sliders manually. So one thing that you can do is if you set your controls. So first, we have a clip here from the Mr. Davey music video that I did, and we shot in log just because we knew it was going to be a lot of high contrast stuff with the windows and the exterior, and then shooting in, all of the lights were off inside. So dark interior, bright exterior. So we shot in log. First thing that I would do is I would turn my contrast up. Now, not all the way up. Depends on how you want your shot to look. But you might adjust your blacks, you might adjust shadows, the way things are. So let's just say this is what we're happy with. And we'll make the reds a little more saturated, something like that. Whatever it may be. What we can then do, if I have 30 more shots that I want to look exactly like this, what we'll then do is we'll go into this little filters tab here, and there's the recommended ones that Lightroom just kind of gives you. I don't really like them, but it's cool for if you're just playing around with experimental photos that you took or anything, and you just really kind of want to see what various things would look like. There's just your premium drop down thing, where there's a lot of I like using the cinematic stuff in here because I like the kind of dark subdued look for some things. It doesn't always work all the time on things, but you can drop all these down, look through what you like. But the last thing is yours. Now in here you'll notice that I have all of these here. Now these are various kind of LUTs, we'll call them, that I was able to make just by going up to this little plus here, and whatever preset that you had on this. So going back to what was on this right bar here, whatever I had here, if I hit this little plus, I can give it a title. So Lightroom tutorial, and just hit save. Exactly what I just made, I can then drop as a filter. I can use as a filter on any other clip, and it just makes it really easy. I mean, obviously you need to do your fine tuning for the individual shots or the individual exposure, whatever it is, but overall, if you want to just kind of match the colors and get it in the right range and then fine tune it from there, that's the way to do it. Now, in the actual music video, you'll see I actually have Mr. Davey interior as a thing. So it's going to say it's partially incompatible. That's fine, mostly because I used it for still photos that I took before I had the footage on my computer. So that has things like the texture, clarity. Grain actually comes across as just noise. So you can kind of boost that up. It looks kind of dumb, like if you go really high. If you go really high like that. But the lower you go down, you can kind of get this film look to it. Even that's a little high. I had it, I think, 7, which that's exactly what we need. We shot 4K on this, so you have your 4K clip. Another thing that, and this is what I did to get this color grade, was I used some of the premium filters that were already there, that already existed. I forget which one exactly I used, but I then just modified it from there because I liked kind of the way that it looked. And then you can use these sliders here. Now the cool thing about these sliders is that it takes every color in your scene and you can adjust it manually. So let's say that this red, I really liked the red, but let's say I really wanted it to stand out. I can kind of boost that up. A lot of the times you need to kind of realize that like what the color kind of comes across as. Like there's no brown here, but that's orange, that's yellow. So like those channels you can kind of individually adjust them a little bit. But on the red, let's say I want to completely remove it, desaturate it. That can also come across as orange. So, but that also changes the rest of your scene. If this were a still photo, you could use, up on here they're blacked out because you can't use them, but you would be able to draw a mask over the red and you would be able to isolate that, and you might have the whole other scene black and white and then just the red showing. But just things like that. The other thing is to adjust the hue, you can kind of tint it a certain way. So let's say that I want this to have like a matrix kind of feel. I want it to feel like green, things like that. I can take my orange, turn it green, can make my yellows green. I can literally just use the tint slider for the whole thing. Now it's weird because of all the other color commands in here because it's a preset that I already had and I'm changing the preset. So I'm going to go back to just log. I'm just hitting Command Z over and over and over and over again. So we'll see. Oh, there we go. Okay. So if you wanted to do that, I'm going to just bring my contrast back up so it looks somewhat normal. And then we'll go in, tint it kind of green. That looks a little weird, but then you can change like your exposure, your vibrance, anything like that. So I don't know what the textbook definition of the difference is between vibrance and saturation. I just know that when you adjust the vibrance, it's more finely tuned than just making it black and white if you just remove the saturation, because that just kind of feels like gray then, which it is. I mean, that's literally what no saturation makes it. It's just black and white. But usually vibrance, it does drop it down kind of lower, but it's finer tuning for if you want to desaturate your scene slightly. So going back, you can create your filters that you have. I have a lot of pre-existing ones that you can then modify, but Lightroom is extremely useful when color grading video. It makes things move a lot smoother, and you can get a consistent kind of cinematic look that you like. Like just playing around with it, because I mean that's really what it's there for. It's really easy to use, and yeah, it's my personal preference for color grading.